Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today I'm continuing my Disney movie marathon. So this time I'm going to be talking about a top 10 list. This is going to be a top 10 list of favorite live action Disney films. To make on this list, these films will have to be actually good and they will not be in any particular order. So, and with that being said, let's get into it, shall we? Yes, sorry. Making at number 10 is The Princess Diaries, but the first one anyway. So this film pretty much focuses on this bookworm who finds out that he's a part of this throne, so to speak. So yeah, it's a comedy in a lot of ways. It's pretty charming, it's quirky, and it has its own little thing going on, folks. Yeah, it may not be the traditional Disney princess movie, but overall, I thought it was a pretty solid film as a whole, so check it out. At number 9 is Blackbeard's Ghost. So the story of this particular film focuses on this particular individual who can only see Blackbeard. So yeah, there's a crazy adventure revolving around that theme of the movie. So this one is pretty charming as well, folks. This one is definitely going way back when. And they don't make Disney movies like they used to, that's for sure. At least when it comes to live action anyway. So this one wasn't too bad, folks. Yeah, it's fairly lengthy, but I actually thought it was pretty good. At number 8 is Cool Runnings. When a Jamaican sprinter is disqualified from the Olympic Games, of course he leads this particular team kind of a thing. So it centers around this particular idea that this must be done. So it's pretty cool, folks. And of course, as cheesy as it is, there's a certain message, a part of it, of course. No one says that has to be a bad thing, of course. And yeah, it's a little corny, but I don't mind it really, folks. So check it out. Star Wars The Force Awakens makes it at number 7, and that plotline centers around the idea that Rey must be the chosen one, so to speak, and she must fight against the bad guys of the story, and the Empire, well, what's left of it anyway, is trying to rebel against the heroes of the story. I know there's more to it than that, of course, but this does have a good story, and it's very exciting in its own little way. Yeah, this film got some controversy, but I still thought it was a pretty good film as a whole, folks, so check it out as well. Rogue One makes it at number 6, and the story focuses upon this particular character, whom is from a really poor family, and she, of course, has to fight against the Empire. This is probably the only prequel I actually like from the series, really. So yeah, it's kind of depressing and dark, but at the same time, it does tell a pretty good story, and there's plenty of action. And this one was also rather controversial when it came out, and it still is to this very day. But set aside that, it's worth watching. Number 5 is Enchanted. The story of this film pretty much centers around this particular woman who has been transported into another dimension, the real world. While technically this is a parody of the old Disney films, but it still counts, and it's actually not that bad. It's a comedy, drama, and adventurous kind of a film. So altogether, it makes up a really good story, folks. If you have not seen this film, I say it's worth checking out. It's definitely one of the better Disney films that came out over the years, folks, and I honestly did enjoy it. So yeah. At number 4 is The Muppets. The storyline focuses upon this Muppet fan who must need some help from his human counterparts to reunite this particular group of Muppets because, well, he's a huge fan and he grew up with this. This one's pretty delightful as well, folks. There's a sense of humor, there's an adventure, there's some drama, of course, all mixed together with a really good film. So also, check this one out if you have not seen it as of yet, folks. I honestly really liked it, so yeah. Number 3, the original Parent Trap. Even though I thought the sequel and the remake were pretty terrible, but the original one is pretty solid. It's pretty much what you might expect. These two teenage twins, they swap places because they look alike, and they have a scheme to reunite the divorced parents. Yeah, ain't that lovely? So altogether, folks, this was a pretty solid film as a whole. It's pretty harmless, really. I did enjoy it, honestly. So there's another one I must recommend. Oh yeah. Number 2 is the original Mary Poppins. The storyline takes place in the turn of the century London, where there's this magical nanny that employs this magical kind of a thing and takes adventure with these two neglected children to become closer to the father. Yeah, this one's pretty charming as well, folks. It's your classic Disney affair, sure, but it's pretty loving. And from what I heard, they're planning to remake this, and just no, Disney, don't remake this film at all, please. Making at number 1 is Pollyanna. Yeah, this is definitely a personal favorite of mine. It centers around this young girl who comes to this particular town and confronts its attitude with her determination to see the best in life. So yeah, that's pretty cool, folks. While I don't personally like films with kids as the main character, I found a lot of those to be pretentiously annoying. But in this case, the characters in this film are pretty charming. I found the entire film to be such a delight to watch and really upbeat. So of course, I guess that'll be it. I know there's quite a few of them I missed. I did not include in this particular video, folks. Again, this is top 10. So don't get all angry with me if I didn't include one of your personal favorites. Maybe one of these days I could always make another top 10. I don't know, maybe if I feel like it, I guess. So as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya. Oh yeah. Until next time, I suppose.